16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Hold up, you're fake. No. It's down here. Over here. Over there.
We're playing, yeah! I got the power. I got the power. I got unlimited power. I got the power. I got unlimited power. I got the power. I got unlimited power. Running the game. We are not playing the same. I was just going insane. From red to blue, from blue to red. The dagger from red from overhead. We're playing.
It feels so weird. Ew. No.
Well, you're a nerd. Hey, what'd you get for your birthday? I got older. That is weird. Well, hashtag gamer fail, am I right?
Alcohol, aluminium chlorohydrate, fragrance allergens. Choose fewer chemicals.
Come on.
Get it, Rachel. Get it. Even if I'm doing my dad, I can't probably get back into a goddamn
Oh, shit. Hey, kid.
Yes.
Oh, yes, we got it. Yes!
Did you cover
You
in
were
arrows?
covered in arrows. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, literally turns to the turnips again, though.
It's a little low, get it? Yeah, Minecraft. The ice, oh my, wow, that's awesome. Wowza, this is how I spend my money. I work 9 to 5. Sorry. I work a 9 to 5 job so that I can have experiences like this. You know, life doesn't get much better than this. I get to watch the sun.
But it's still not super easy. But once we launch the Minecraft launcher, you will now see a new profile in your Minecraft launcher called Vivecraft 1.11.2, and that's the VR mod for Minecraft. We're going to click play. And when we do this, you'll notice that it takes over into Steam VR. Steam VR is going to take the incoming input.
I cannot believe that just happened. Oh my. Give me 1 second, guys. I I'll be back, dude. That was. Let me put this game on pause or something. Do this. I can't do this. 3:01 in the morning, and I wanted to try something that has never been Minecraft VR. A couple days ago, I'm just gonna check out everything we possibly can do. We'll do hard. We are in creative mode, so it won't matter too much, but might as well as like the hardest difficulty. I'll keep it online, just in case. If like in order for like the Devil's Hour stuff to actually generate and work, you need of course to be online. So that'd be kind of interesting. So let's go.
All right, aloha, headsets. Frankie here. Can I use move controls? No move controllers. It's like I have to use my DualShock 4, which is fine. All right, so I am in my world, you guys. Oh yeah. All right. Oh, I can see my little headset check right there. Go to my options. Single player. I'm gonna start. Create a world. World's name is gonna be. Alright, where are we gonna go? Delete. B. S. V. R. Friend. Okay. Alright, C. Strength, extended, flat, basic, extended, flat. Let's go with extended. Fire and animals. Let's play our world. Boom! World is loading. What's happening, you guys? This is called Discovery. It is out November 7th for PlayStation. Aloha, headsets. Frankie will cool. Wondering why I look like this?
So keep your eyes on me now. 무엇을 보든 좋아할 거야. 다 할 수 없는 대로 나와 되길 원한 걸 확신해. We got it all in our hands now. So can you handle what we're all about? What's the tell? Let's get it, show you out. Can you feel the rush now? Ain't nobody bringing us down, 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 down. Like the tribe, but we don't know where to ground. You can go another round, 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 round. What you love, but you're not bringing us down. Go hard, till we get it, we go hard. In it, we process. Only winning, winning now. Ain't nobody bringing us down, down.
Show. Yes, his favorite games, apps, and demos that are works and experiences. I personally love the Little Star app. You can take tons of 360 videos or other content, put them onto your PlayStation 4, open them up in Little Star and watch whatever you want in virtual reality in 360 degree, and it works pretty darn well. Another one that I also like is Invasion, which is kind of cutesy, but it's fun, and I think it really shows that an interactive kind of like cartoon medium in virtual reality can be extremely interesting and will be something that I'm pretty sure we're going to see a lot more of in the future. So I know it's a little kiddie, but I think it's really cool, and it's free. All right, next up, we're going to talk demos. Now, these are all great games for the full game, and that's why I picked to talk about the demos. The first one on my list I have to mention is Apex Construct. Now, I love Apex Construct. It got a little hated launch because people didn't like typing on keyboards, but I don't think it's that big of a deal, and you only got to type the first 3 letters, which a lot of people didn't realize, but you can try the game, see what you think, and if you like it a lot, you can even buy it physically starting next week. Next up on my list, one that I will constantly always recommend is Static. Now, this is one of my favorite PlayStation puzzle games, and it's unlike any other puzzle game I've played before. Play if it hadn't been in virtual reality, because it's just not my type of game. Now, I always heard Journey and all those games are beautiful, but I just kind of get a little bored with them. That's just Frankie. I'm a little bit ADD, if you guys...
A few months ago, I created a video about my top 5, and this list will exclude demos that already have a full game. So let's get into my new list of the top 5 free PlayStation VR games. Number 5 is The Last Guardian VR. This is an experience that came out recently for the PSVR. It has you going through various areas with your giant furry friend named Trico. This experience is pretty short, just like most free games on this list, but the quality of this experience is really good, with the environments looking great, and they look like they were taken right out of the PS4 game. Though short and kind of lackluster on the gameplay, there is some enjoyment to be had here. Number 4 is Spider-Man Homecoming. I know a lot of people disagree with me on this game and just hate it, but personally, while I do agree with most negative reviews about this game, the stuff that is here I enjoy. The Spider-Man Homecoming VR experience is another really short experience that was simply made to promote the movie. When most people think of Spider-Man, they most likely think of climbing walls or web swinging around the city. Well, in this game you do none of that. In this game, you put on the Spider-Man suit and do some target practice with different types of webs. But these types of web shooters are really fun to play around with. And later on, you encounter a villain, which makes things a little more exciting. Though I don't want to spoil all of it. While it's just kind of mediocre, I still enjoy what is in the game. But I gotta admit, the best Spider-Man type game you can get in VR so far is Windlands. Number 3 is Call of Duty Jackal Assault. This is a game that is really high in quality, but because it's really short on content, it's only number 4 on this.
What's up, guys? Trev and Schultz here, and today I have a question for you.
Yes, the game is wonderful and exciting and full of the sort of simple, kinetic joy that games sometimes forget these days. But the reason it finds itself on this particular list is the inclusion of PlayStation VR missions. These are another order of experience entirely. The mind behind Rick and Morty and associated PSVR game, Virtual Reality. And while this new title is about controlling, upgrading and fighting with Trover, like in a normal game made by normal people, it's also about embracing the unique, haphazard, verging on genius perspective on the universe that Roiland brings. Ever since we slipped on a PSVR headset to sit next to an extremely angry man while shooting a machine gun all over the motorway in the London heist, we've been excited about going deeper into that world. And that's exactly what we'll get to do in Blood and Truth, a London gangland thriller that serves as the full-feature follow-up to the London heist's teasing short. In Blood and Truth, you are Special Forces soldier Ryan Marks on a mission to rescue his family by shooting everyone bad in the capital's underworld, which turns out to be a lot of people. Think in-depth cover shooting mechanics, the grit and glamour of various London locations, and think about reloading your gun like this for some reason, even though in real life that would definitely end up with you being dead. We love the look of Ghost Giant, another charming in which you team up with yourself, with the self in question being a wooden puppet version of a fisherman attempting to activate a lighthouse as a storm approaches. He lives in a room with a smaller model version of himself and the lighthouse and the room inside, and moving objects in one affects the other, making for delightful, brain-jarring moments of exquisite problem solving. Job Simulator was amazing, set in a future where robots do all the work and 9-to-5s have become museum curiosities. It both satirized familiar workplaces and gave us a chance to act up in ways that would normally end with us getting fired and or arrested. Enter Vacation Simulator, which brings us back to 2050 and explores the lost art of going on holiday, something that job-free humans no longer need to do, and inviting us to experience recreation and indulge in classic human activities like sunburn. Few teams capture the joy that VR's immersion and interactivity can bring, like Alchemy Labs, and with a bigger focus on story alongside the gloriously ironic humour, we can't wait to explore Vacation Simulator, even if it spoils actually going on holiday forever. The pleasure of everybody's golf is in all its colour, its accessibility, and the sunny joy of being outside doing a sport that's normally quite hard and requires you to leave your house and wear specialist footwear. Everybody's Golf VR.
Hey, what up guys, it's Matthias from Germany. And for this particular account, you will see that everything is in Chinese. The Hong Kong account will be mostly in English language. Right on, so go ahead and go to PlayStation VR, hit the first one, and it should be right there, this one. And as you can see so far, very good ratings actually. And yeah, it dropped today, as always, the latest and the greatest. It's kind of big this time. Well, it's not really big, but yeah, compared to the ones I showed you in the past, it is. So yeah, like I said, completely free, and yeah, go ahead and download. And after you have downloaded the game, it should be right there, Ancient Emulator Demo, so-called. So let's go ahead and open it up. And the good thing about this does, so let me handle this real quick. Put on this bed. And to me, this is actually very fun. I'm not sure if this is your typical game that you would play, but if you're, for example, a father or, you know, have kids around or younger people, these...
Don't you even dare! Frank Sharp. Lucas.
Shooting skills, especially virtual reality, and what better time to let you know the PSVR shooting games. Now, we're favorites, Apex Construct. Now, granted in action, bow and arrow, but the bow and arrow works beautifully. Oh, the story is lovely, the world is wonderful, and again, addictive. Now, a couple of letters. You see them there, we're typing on a keyboard, but one little hit for you, I got those right, the first 3 letters of each word, game over. Now, moving on to our next title, we're looking at our game. Now, at the moment, you can get this baby discounted, and although it did launch at a very premium price, a very high quality virtual reality title, and there is a chance they could add their BBC mode that exists right now on PC in the future on the PlayStation VR, but there's been no 100% confirmed date or proof, but regardless, it's a cool story and a cool mech shooter. Now, let's move on to the number 1 zombie VR title of all-time, Arizona Sunshine, which did receive a nice sour review upon release. Maybe you can do a better job, but you know what? They stuck in. They were here for
Why are you crying? He needs to go sleepy. He's got to. Lucas, I don't care.
So hey, I don't have a date on it, but you know, it's a great shooter. Next up on our list, Blasters of the Universe. Now initially I loved Invaders VR, and you know what, it got my little bullet hell urge down, but once I played Blasters, I was 100% sold. This game is so much fun. You're dodging all over the place. You don't want to shooting all over the place, and on top of that, you get to customize the weapons so much, from like the ammo type, to the drum, to the barrel, to the... it's so nuts. There's so many different combinations of weapons, and truthfully, it's just a very fun game to hop right into. Now, next up on that list, Code 51 Mech Arena. Now, this I mean, it's cool. It's one of those like fantasy mech games, and it works wonderfully